Alright, so my build is not completely done yet, as you'll see, but if you want to pause the video, because I'm just skimming through it so you can get into fighting more, you just pause it on each gear piece you see me on. But basically, I struggled to get to gear, well, I didn't struggle to get to it, but when I finally reached Grandmaster 3 and doing strongholds, I'm like, oh man, this is ridiculous. But it's ironic, it just like in Outriders, it just takes a few tweaks to make a build suddenly synergize all together, and then you're mowing them down. And I'm at that point now. Not completely, though. I've reached the point where now I know what my build is, and I have an actual build that synergizes with all of it now. And if you're seeing anything, what my focus is of course armor, and then shield. Armor and shield are a given. And ironically now I don't even have to use my shield that much, but I still like my shield because if I really want to be truly invincible now, I have an invincible shield for sure on top of all of my healing that I am capable of now with it. But yeah, armor, shield, then gear recharge, and then also if I prefer universal, the gear recharge that affects all your components because it would affect support too. But if not, then support recharge for my surgeon shield. And basically my damage is, I am in a super explosive dude. And I have so much explosives now, it's insane. And what I love about this build is I can set off combos pretty easily with my melee sets it off, and now I have a sniper, and my guns are only there as placeholders for the most part. I don't do any damage with them. My shotgun is only there just for the inscriptions I have on it, because it has shield max and universal gear recharge on it, both of which are very good for my build. That is the only reason I'm using it. The moment I find some other gun that's actually useful for me, that has good inscriptions, then it's out. Now my sniper, if you see me using it, my sniper is actually very useful. It doesn't do any damage for me, but what it does is it freezes them, which also acts as a primer. And then my best defense assault launcher, you see me using, activates the combo damage, which is also area effect, explosive damage. So this really is just an explosives build. But I got some really lucky rolls that really synergize well. If you see, I have the best defense, and it took me forever to get it. And honestly, I was struggling on Grandmaster 3 until I got best defense. I had a lot of the same gear you see me still have, and then when I got best defense, it was a game changer, because obviously it heals me, which is a huge thing to be a tank, is to have a good means of healing on top of having a lot of health. So I now heal, it's 35%, and it's 35% per enemy hit at all. So actually in groups, I one-shot with it, as you see, just recharges my entire health bar if it's a group, and even if it's not a group, it's still a huge heal. But if you saw, I have 4 of them. 4 of them, and I have a lot of gear recharge right now. So it is insane amounts of healing now that I have. And what's best about it is by having 4, because initially I thought I wouldn't be doing much damage with it. It would just be for healing. But no, now it's awesome, because now I can heal and get damage off on it, because it activates my combos, and with 4 and good recharge, I can sometimes abuse it just a little and, like do 2 really quick ones. Sometimes I'll even do 3 quick ones. I always make sure I have 1 or 2, preferably in the bag though, just to have guaranteed healing pretty much if I really need to heal over the damage. But yeah, you see, like, I don't even use my shield a lot of the times now. But to be honest, I still like it, because what you also see me have is I have my support charge is maxed. I pretty much always can activate it now with my charges. So I can pretty much always have the shield pulse buff on me, which I still like to do. So it's still great for a tank build, because even if I'm not using my actual shield, you see me using it now for fun, just to take a lot less damage when I need to. And because as I'm doing now, I'm just shield bashing this dude, which is really, it doesn't do much damage, but it's still a good means of just stun locking them while you just don't take much damage, and give you time to either get your health back, find more health, or in this case, just give myself a little break while I just stagger lock some minigunner who does a ton of damage, and then just start unleashing all my combos on him and my explosives. Oh, but yeah, it is. A lot of people who do these builds use like the freeze for their ordnance launcher to activate the combos, or they use like the lightning thing with like a flamethrower or something. But I love this build because Titan's Hail, which is the ordnance launcher you see me use, I got an insane roll on that too. You see how much that thing does, as much if not more damage than my combo still, because I got a roll on it that has an extra cooldown for one, and it has over 200% more damage on the thing. So it is awesome. It does so much damage, and I can use it so much as I'm doing right now. And I love this build because now my damage is not bad, and it is totally balanced, where I don't have to rely on combos sometimes to still do a lot of damage, which is very useful in the boss fights, where I find that just being able to do raw damage on the boss is better, because it's harder, at least for me right now, to activate combos on just a single enemy a lot. And then of course I have two means of getting, initially I didn't have that sniper, so I just had my melee to activate combos. But now that I have that sniper, you see me using it, it's now a useful way for long range combo activation, where now I can freeze some one dude and immediately follow it up with my best defense and still unleash a combo at long range too. So this dude, I actually have good damage for all ranges on this dude. Like close range, I'm still a beast, and I'm a super tank. Yeah, it is. It's a very good build, I think. And basically what you see now, basically all I intend to do now is just obviously get more god rolls. I still need to, I still don't even have max power. I still don't even have max power on my components, which means I'm also missing just more base armor. And I still have several spots on my inscription slots for armor increases and gear recharge increases. So in other words, I'm still missing quite a bit of armor increases and gear recharge increases, both of which will then pretty much make me even tankier and pretty much solidify this word. No matter, even in the most worst situations, I'm still probably going to be a super tank in that too. But then on top of it, like I said, that's why I like to keep my shield. I still like the buff. It's 33% less damage, and it helps my team near me too. But for my own self, it makes my shield itself invincible. So as I was using it a lot before then, and it was still very useful to do that. Before, what I would do a lot is just play more defensively, where I just put up my shield back away. I'd still be close up taking all the heats, but my shield would be invincible while the minigunners were going on me. So it's a good way to just back up, get my little bit of health to recharge, you know, the minimum amount that still recharges, and then do some real quick damage and just go back to my shield. But honestly, but that means that I can really be even more of a super tank, so who knows, maybe in like a boss fight or something, when if I'm like up and close and personal with the boss, and teammates are doing more damage than me, it lets me just simply use my shield and just stand there absorbing it all. And I mean, what I also love about best defense is that it's a very quick recharge and a very quick activation. So I could use my shield, then immediately just use best defense with a split second to heal myself, and immediately go back to my shield in a matter of 1 second or less to do that. So I can just keep my shield up perpetually, keep the buff on my shield perpetually, and still be healing with my best defense up perpetually. I'm just thinking of how I could do that if I wanted to play ultimate defense, because I can do that too. But as you see, I'm just doing all offense right now, going ham because I can. And that just shows how tanky this build can even be, because I'm not even doing like defensive stuff I could be doing on this build. And I just, once I get that armor increases and gear recharge increases and get max power, yeah, it's a wrap, because I'm playing the hardest difficulty, and yep, I soloed strongholds now on Grandmaster 3 pretty easily now.